Precious, I can just
Okay.
read this the same scripture I said.
Okay.
But the third servant brought back only the original amount of money and said, Master, I hid your money and kept it safe. I was afraid because you are a hard man to deal with, taking what isn't yours and harvesting crops you didn't plant. You wicked servant, the king roared. Your own words condemn you. If you knew that I'm a hard man who takes what isn't mine and harvests crops I didn't plant, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it. Then turning to the others standing nearby, the king ordered, Take the money from this servant and give it to the one who has 10 pounds. But master, they said, he already has 10 pounds. Yes, the king replied, and to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. And today, I'm just grateful for my wife and my children. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for every single thing that has been afforded to me by God's grace and His mercy. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Us just being able to be here and to worship together and make it through another week. So I wanted to read um, the whole part of the scripture, but I think that this is one of those parables that a lot of people know. But I think it's called the parable of the talents, where the king had given. The king was traveling, sorry, and he gave each slave a certain amount of money. And then when he came back to them, he, asked them what they had. And, one slave had doubled it, and, another slave had done something else with it. And then this other slave had sort of just hid the money because he thought that it was the right thing to do. And in this particular part of the scripture, it was, it was very, it was a very, very strong reminder, not just to me, but I think that what Jesus was telling us about how important it is for us to use the resources that God has blessed us with, right? And especially when it comes to the gifts that He's put inside each and every one of us. You know what I mean? Because, you know, there's gonna be a day that God comes back for us. And that's the reality. The only thing that we are certain of in this lifetime is death. Everything else is just sort of in limbo. But while you're here, every one of us was planted with something unique. And my constant prayer is that we all find it, because some persons think that they don't. Some persons beat themselves up about it. Some persons, don't look at life as though, like, things may not be going their way, and they may feel as though they're forgotten by God.